The Yard. I am your host, Derrick Destroyer, and hopefully everybody has enjoyed our previous episodes of Beyond the Yard. And also, thank you for watching our recent episode of ACW War. I know we've been out of action for almost 2 years. That's crazy. But we're going to see what happens because soon we're going to have our Yard of Mania 3, and it's going to be bigger, badder, and better. It's going to be way better than the last two Yard of Manias that we had. But right now, it's time for Beyond the Yard. Now, my guest, he was supposed to be my guest right after I interviewed Caution, and we were talking about Devil's Night. But unfortunately, we couldn't schedule this podcast with him because probably, he was either busy or I was busy or something came up. But now we finally have this person in our show. Now, this person was the 7-time TBW champion, the winner of the Tennessee State Classic Tournament, the 2 times Continental champion, and 1-time U.S. champion. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my guest, the Atomic Titan.
What's up, guys?
What's up? How we doing, bro?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Pretty good. And I'm just glad, we finally have you on the show because I think we were talking almost like months ago that I wanted you to be a part of this.
Oh, yeah. I really wanted to be on here.
For real. I even tried to schedule your friend Gage Flair.
Uh-huh.
But, unfortunately, we just didn't have the right time. But hopefully in the near future, I could have the Nature Boy, Gage Flair, on Beyond the Yard.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
That would be interesting. How's TBW going? Because I heard, there were some controversies on the recent episode of TBW.
Oh, it's going great. This season's going to be awesome for sure.
That's great. Hopefully in the near future, Derrick Destroyer could, make its return. Who knows?
Yeah, I would love another match with you.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
I had a nice run, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was you did good.
I appreciate it because before that, I actually had my legendary match with Caution at Devil's Night, so I pretty much got my ass kicked because we wrestled for almost an hour.
Yeah, that was a great match. I watched that.
Oh, you watched our match?
Yeah, it was I really liked it a lot.
Uh-huh. And the thing I liked it, it wasn't about who was a better wrestler, who was a better champion, or the title wasn't even on the line. It was just about 2 backyarders who wanted to wrestle each other for 3 years. And now they have their hands on each other and they're just kicking their asses.
Oh,
just going old school on each other.
That's awesome. Is he in North Carolina?
Yeah, North Carolina.
Oh, that ain't too far.
It was 6 hours. I remember because the trip from his place to you guys was 6 hours.
6 hours.
Not that bad.
That ain't bad.
Yeah. I mean, because I left in the morning and I arrived probably, I don't think it was the noon, but probably 3 in the afternoon, probably, if I could recall.
Mm-hmm.
It was something like that.
Yeah.
But when I arrived, I thought I went to the wrong address because that's where I met Ledger outside. Yeah. And I told him, hey, is this the place? He's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. He probably thought I was a stranger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Because if I told him, hey, is this wrestling? I don't want him to think, what do you mean, Yeah. They're going to think that I'm lost or something.
That was a great day. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was a fun day. A day that something I never experienced before.
Yeah, it was your first time in a backyard ring, right?
For real. And your crew, how you guys manage things. It was a fun experiment or not experiment, experience.
Yeah.
You guys had a speaker. You guys, I mean, I guess I could say a live crowd pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're in front of a camera, you don't put on, not that you don't put a lot of effort, but when there's a crowd, you kind of perform a bit differently.
Yeah, we definitely put a lot of work into TBW, the setup and everything.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it felt crazy because I was just, I see myself as a guy that traveled many distance to be, part of TBW. I don't know if I'm the farthest person I've ever been in
Yeah,
TBW.
you are.
Oh, I am.
Because like Anthony, he drove like 6 hours. Anthony Steele,
Okay.
James Taylor comes from Alabama,
Mm-hmm.
and that's about 4 hours. So yeah, but we appreciate you coming to TBW, and you're welcome back anytime.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, even though in reality I had 3 matches, but there were some issues with technical difficulties, and so
Oh
far they
yeah,
managed to upload 2 matches. But overall, I'm still glad that my match was still up there.
yeah. I would. When you come back, if you do, me and you have another match, or you can face anybody you want.
You hear that? You hear that, backyard community? You hear that?
Who else would you love to face on the TBW roster?
I mean, I would say pretty much everybody. Like, if I had a chance, like, I go, 1-on-1 or 2-on-2, or probably a Survivor Series 5-on-5 match. Like, anybody.
Oh yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know how things would go. Like, if I do decide to like go over again, because when I went there, like, we probably just planned for like a few matches.
Yeah.
But like next time I go, hopefully if things goes really well, like probably like spend a day or two over there just chilling and making matches.
Oh yeah. Be
But
great.
did you know, like during our match, especially when you were out in the ring, you're challenging anybody to have an open challenge with you. I was
Mm-hmm.
like backstage, like behind the curtain. I was like so nervous. I was like heart beating because not a lot of people expected Derrick Destroyer to make his debut in TBW.
Oh yeah. And
Yeah, then
the fans loved it. If you seen the reaction on YouTube,
uh-huh.
it was awesome.
Like I read the comments, they're like Derrick Destroyer.
Yeah, they were saying like you should be the world champion and challenge for it, especially after your match with Gage. That was
Right.
crazy.
I mean, that felt crazy. Like I didn't like I pulled out some moves that I didn't really have in my move set, and I was just wow. Because like since you guys uploaded my match in TBW, I wanted to upload the highlights to the
Uh
match, but
huh.
to ACW, and people really enjoyed those highlights because it was kind of a recap to my matches in TBW.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I especially liked our match. I felt like we did pretty well.
Yeah, we had a great chemistry, and it was interesting, just like how it went.
Uh huh.
First
Like
time, like
first
working
time.
working with someone that like in a long time, that someone like around my size, because usually I'm around like all these bigger guys.
Exactly. Exactly.
So that was fun to do.
Hmm. Like if you compare ACW to TBW, like there's a difference. Wrestling
Yeah.
because you guys have a ring and we have a trampoline, but if you guys use your imagination, like everybody should like think about this. Like if you guys use your imagination and go out there and have fun, then you go out there and have fun and do backyard wrestling because that's what matters, like having fun.
Yeah.
So like, what's that?
I was saying like this past episode was really fun. Really, really fun.
Yeah, I heard, but the thing I was saying, like, sure we might not be as serious, but like the moment when I was in TBW, like you could tell that I was like kind of like you guys' level, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know how to work with you guys. I know how to like pretty much like do what you guys do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could understand you guys as in a certain level. Like that's what I like about backyard wrestling. Like everybody has like different ways of working in backyard wrestling, and I'm just glad I was able to adapt with you guys.
Yeah, you're really good in the ring, and
Mm-hmm.
you you do a good job for real.
Well, I appreciate it. Even though it was like, even though you
First
were my
time.
first match, like yeah, first time. Like I'm just glad that first time was good. Like it's for your first time. I just can't wait for our second match.
It's gonna be crazy.
We're gonna
I,
knock it
I
out of the park.
I've been thinking about it. Like I was wanting you at anniversary 5, but
Right.
then I guess scheduling. So I
Mm-hmm.
guess we'll have to wait. a few months after that.
For sure.
Just make it unexpected.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to, when you send me that message about like, coming to university, I mean, I would have loved the idea, but like just traveling, it's kind of like a pain in the
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah, with the gas prices, especially right now.
Oh, definitely. Good thing I made that joke in the episode of ACW War.
Oh, yeah, you got your car stolen.
I know. And unfortunately, I'm going to have a match against Sean Double Michael for it. So let's see how it goes.
That'll be awesome.
That would be awesome.
I'll definitely be watching.
Right. I mean, I just love the way we produce ACW. Like, we try to do entertainment, but we try to make it into the backyard wrestling world.
Oh, yeah. Backyard wrestling is awesome.
For real. Like, it's a good way to express yourself in a way.
Yeah, and you create your character and go out there, act like you're on TV and perform and entertain the fans. That's what matters most.
I know, exactly. And that's the thing that I like about backyard wrestling that I kind of use from school. Like for an example, creating storylines. That's, if you think about it, that's like creative writing because, you're being creative.
Yeah.
Like, because we tell stories every time we go out there and perform, whether we're wrestling or not. If we're doing like skits or back, behind the curtains, whatever, like, we're still doing our best. This backyard wrestling, I mean, I would say it's considered as a sport, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you're still active?
Yeah, like I've had friends that's went pro and they said it's way different in the backyard.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it is, like, no doubt about that.
Which I would agree.
Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, like, I had like few people that were in my episodes of Beyond the Yard that actually, went pro, and that's pretty. But now, the Atomic Titan, are you ready for your first question?
Yeah, I'm ready.
What got you into wrestling?
I just tuned into Raw one night because like I had all the action figures, and then I tuned in. It was like around like 09. John Cena, and that's what got me into it.
Do you think John Cena was feuding with Randy Orton at the time?
I believe so, or it was around like 2010. Like, the Nexus storyline is what's really that was crazy.
I love there. Like, even though people hated him, I feel like they did a good job at it.
Yeah, they were very good. I don't know why they disbanded them.
I know.
After
I like the theme song. I think it's called "We Are One."
Yeah, like that's a great song.
That is a great song, and CM Punk was also a part of the Nexus at one point.
Yes, that was awesome because CM Punk versus John Cena, Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
I love that match.
But the entrance of the wrestlers were crazy. Like, John Cena was booed to hell. Like, CM Punk was like cheered.
Especially like a few episodes before that, like on Raw, when CM Punk returned after John Cena beat Ray for the title and he came out.
Yes.
They looked face to face. That was just an awesome moment.
For real, 2 titles, like 2 WWE champions, like that's crazy. Then Triple H came out. Then they had their match at SummerSlam, I believe.
Yeah.
And it's funny because right now I'm holding a game that's called WWE 2K15, and they have that storyline.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. And it's crazy because that was the last game that CM Punk was in of WWE.
Uh-huh.
But to be honest, I'm excited for the AEW game.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. It looks good. I think THQ is... is making it or something like that.
Right. Uh-huh.
So it'll be like the old WWE games.
Like the SmackDown versus Raw.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty badass. Like, to me, when I play video games, like, graphics ain't really, like, you could play it, like, high quality or it may look bad, but, like, the gameplay, like, that's what matters when you play video games.
Have you played the new wrestling game?
The 2K22?
Yeah.
I actually haven't, not yet.
You need to play it. It's really good.
I know.
It's actually pretty good.
One feature that I saw that was pretty cool is when you create a wrestler, like, like when you create your custom wrestler, you could actually import a photo for it.
Oh yeah, I did that as well.
Like, if I do buy it, hopefully soon, like, I'm gonna do that. But I want to create the guys from ACW and put their photos on it.
Yeah,
Like, that would be something pretty cool.
I play My Rise most, and it has some cool storylines on there that you do.
I heard about My Rise. Like, what is that? Like, My Career, or what is it?
Yeah, career. You could start out like NXT or go to Raw or SmackDown. It just depends how you do in the PC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember, I think it was either on Twitter or Instagram, there was a meme about it, about My Rise. So you go to NXT, that's where you start off.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get drafted to Raw or SmackDown. They change your name. You get bad booking. Then you get released. Then a few months later, you sign to AEW. Then after that, it says on the screen, in order to continue your progress, you have to buy AEW.
That's hilarious.
Right. I mean, that's crazy how a bunch of wrestlers got released. Like, that's just crazy.
Oh, yeah. That's, I didn't expect that, but I guess it's because of the roster size and the pandemic going on at the time.
For real, 2020 was, a weird year for wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, what were we going to go say?
Like, backyard wrestling kind of got bigger at that time, sort of.
Yeah. Like, that's what made us stronger.
Yeah.
Since not a lot of people could have, gone out and, like, pretty much live their life because of the pandemic. The backyard channels, federations, the community, they're still making content because they wanted to, cheer up and, like, what's that one word? Entertain the fans that's going through this stuff. And I'm just glad, you guys and also we, ACW, had a chance to, help out during the pandemic.
Yeah, a lot of people would comment during that time, like they were just sitting at home in lockdown, and they would tune in, and that's how they found us.
Oh, nice. And especially it was a great year for Beyond the Yard because since not a lot of people were wrestling, when it first started, everybody was like hitting me up. They were like, "Hey, I'm interested in being in the podcast." And after the second episode, a lot of people is like, "Hey, could I be in the next episode? Hey, could I be the episode after that?" I mean, it was going pretty well, and now I'm almost doing Beyond the Yard. I'm trying to do it at least one per month. That's like my minimum. But hopefully I could do at least once a week, hopefully, if people are interested.
Yeah. Let's get a lot of people on here talk. I mean, I love listening to podcasts. It's interesting what people talk about.
Right, and like, because when like, for example, I don't know if you guys do this as well, but like in backyard wrestling, we make videos, we make matches, so we make shows we make episodes. Yep. But it's also a nice feature to see them, like, not in the yard competing. Like, it's also good to hear them. Like, for example, hearing you, like, you're in Beyond the Yard, so people could like hear your stories and hear your experience on this or on that, which is pretty nice.
For sure.
Like,
you're right.
I'm not gonna lie, when I was on my way to Tennessee from North Carolina, I was legit listening to my own podcast. Not that it's bad or anything. I mean, I was also listening to Jim Cornette. I mean, he's a funny guy.
Jim Cornette.
I love Jim Cornette.
Josh loves him.
I love the Dairy Queen incident. You remember that?
Yeah, that's funny. That's one of my favorites. I always listen to his stuff on YouTube. And it, like, about his reviews of the shows, and it's hilarious.
I'm trying to remember. There was a funny ass one. I can't remember. But anyways, I love when he roasts what's his name? Vince Russo. He hates Vince Russo to death.
Yeah, he said he's gonna outlive him and piss on his grave.
Yes, yes. I was literally about to say that. I can't pinpoint which episode, but I remember hearing that.
Yeah, he was like going off about it. He hates him.
I know.
Jim Cornette's crazy.
Are we gonna go? Oh yeah, Jim Cornette is crazy. I mean, he's a cool manager. I mean, if I had a chance to meet him, I would just say thank you for whatever he said, because he tells great stories.
Yeah. There was a video last night I seen of him. He was a manager and he was like intimidating Shawn Michaels when he was the world champion, and it was over like some scandal with this woman. And he was good on the mic. It was crazy. And then Shawn comes in and says like she don't need to flatter herself because she was saying that he was trying to get with her or whatever. I can't remember. It was like on like a Raw episode way back in the 90s.
I remember there was an episode of Raw where Jim Cornette, he starts shooting during live TV. So he's like talking crap about how WWF, so I think it was like 98 perhaps. So he was like, going off on WWF, how like he's seeing it being treated as a circus. So he's got like, wacky skits, backstage and like not actually good, good matches. Not that the Attitude Era had bad matches, but like you could tell like some matches don't feel like matches,
Yeah.
But like it's crazy because there was a video where like he talks about that, but like the video behind it, I mean, so you hear the audio of Jim Cornette, but the video that you see is actually clips from WWE, I think like 2019 or 2020, where you get to see like, I don't know what it was. I think it was supposed to be like a lumberjack match where 2 wrestlers were in the ring and like 10 wrestlers outside. And I don't know what's going on, but like the wrestlers from the outside were just running in circles. And I mean, I love WWE because, I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know if you could relate, but there were times where you scratched your head and you were thinking, what the hell am I watching?
You're right. Yeah. Cornette hates wrestling, it seems like nowadays, especially like the products.
For real.
Because I remember his take on the burnt, like Bray Wyatt. You remember that? He was going off about that.
There was I can't remember. I think it was talking about like he also reviews about like Japanese death matches and how like it's crazy and shit.
Yeah. And he really doesn't like AEW.
I know.
What he calls Kenny Omega and stuff.
For real.
Like, oh my gosh.
I thought there was like a wrestler that like pisses him off. I can't remember. Like, do you know which one I'm talking about? Like, there's a wrestler that Jim Cornette doesn't like, unless if it's. I'm trying to remember.
I know he doesn't like Omega, or I don't even know if he likes Moxley. Especially.
Like,
I don't know.
I remember Jim Cornette would like criticize like wrestlers like over like doing finishers, like overdoing the super kicks.
Oh yeah, he hates the Young Bucks.
Yes, I think those were the ones. Their super kick and stuff.
Yeah, I wish that move was still like a finisher, because it's like way overused as like just point in the match. The Young Bucks overuse that way too much.
I know. I mean, I feel like the super kick is good to like. It's kind of like an RKO, so it's like a mini finisher, you could say.
Yeah, when you think of the super kick, you think of like Shawn Michaels.
Right.
Pretty much.
I mean, I found a video where, so Jim Cornette, he's like talking crap about Vince Russo for like about 45 minutes. And I remember watching it, and like before the video, before he starts shooting, he takes a sip of Sprite with 2 hands. Like, he got the Sprite can with 2 hands, and he takes a sip, and he like speaking about bodiless pricks. Hello, Vince, looking at the camera. Like, I just have that part memorized in my head. It would be nice. It would be nice to have like someone from the Backyard Wrestling be a Jim Cornette. Imagine we had a Jim Cornette in the Backyard Wrestling community.
Oh, that would be crazy.
They'll be like shooting on Federation and stuff.
Yeah.
His gimmick would be not like a tennis bat or.
Yeah, tennis racket. Come out with a tennis racket.
Yeah. He has that. Or whatnot. That'll be something.
Oh, that'll be crazy.
What would you say got you into Backyard Wrestling?
Well, I watched a lot of federations. Like, so we started TBW in 2017.
Okay.
And I remember like some federations. What was their names? Alabama KBW. I watched them when I was younger a lot,
Okay.
and also watched some other ones as well. Like trampoline wrestling. I can't remember their names, but
For all
mostly
like,
KBW. I think you said you watched them once, I believe. Or if you,
yeah, I remember the Royal Rumble one. I remember that one.
yeah,
AK-27 or 47.
yeah, AK-47, and they
I
were.
remember there was one episode. Like, I don't remember which one it was, but like there was a dude that flips a trampoline onto people. I
Oh
remember
my
that episode.
gosh.
Yeah. Then I know there was another one, but like it's a different federation. I don't know if I
Uh,
can find it.
ESW has been around for a while as well, but just saying that, then like so I'm at school one day. Me
Mm-hmm.
and Josh had been talking about it for a while, but I was just, hey, can I come over? And you want to film that show we've been talking about?
Okay.
And after school, I go over to his house and we just start filming it. And
Mm-hmm.
that's where it went. And then it got all around with the school because people were sharing it.
Nice.
Oh, it was crazy. Yeah, we were in a talent show. Well, there was a talent show at our school, so
Oh, nice.
I had me and a few other of the guys. We had that gym class before because that's where the talent show was, and they were like, "Hey, y'all want to be in it?" So, Little Mike and Fat Asian, they did the segment. Like the person that was the host of the show, they called
Mm-hmm.
him up out of the bleachers, and dude, everybody was going crazy. They were like chanting TBW. Yeah, it was like, holy crap.
Wow.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
I remember one time there was a dude who came to our high school and he was doing a presentation.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, he was talking about like what are your dreams or like your careers? Like, what do you see yourself in the future? It's like he'll see like people from the audience and he'll point them out and bring them to the stage and he'll get a
Mm-hmm.
microphone and he'll say like, "What's your dream?" And they'll say, "Oh, my dream is to be a Hollywood star." Then people will be like, "Woo!" and whatnot. Then like, okay, so I'm in the back, like the back bleachers. So like I'm really
Mm-hmm.
in the back, and
Yeah.
he said, "Okay, last call, last call. Who wants to be up here?" And I knew he was never gonna spot me from the back. So what I did, I stood up and I took out my phone. I turned on the flashlight and I started waving like crazy. And I was sitting on the road with my friends. They're doing the pose, with the Sheamus and Cesaro, that arrow pose.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they were doing that to me, and they're like, Efren, Efren. Then he's like, you with the flashlight, come over here. And I was like, yes, watch this, watch this. So I go up there, and I wanted to, because the guy was holding the microphone, and what I wanted to do is like I wanted to say my name, but holding the microphone, but like he wouldn't let me. Maybe he didn't want to, maybe he was being a prick, but I don't know. I mean, he seemed like a nice guy, but okay. So he was like, "What's your name?" And I was like, "My name is Derrick. I mean, not Derrick. My name is Efren Derrick Destroyer Martinez." Then I got some pops from there. Then he said, "And what's your future, or what's your dream?"
Uh-huh.
And I said, "My dream is to be a professional wrestler." And that moment, I got the huge pop that day from like everybody that went up there. That was a huge pop that I received,
That's awesome.
and that's crazy.
Were you ever in like school, like your freshman year, when you had to like pick your interest, like of what you wanted to go for, basically, and like your major, basically, like your focus is what I mean?
I mean, I don't think we did something like that in high school.
Well,
Probably.
I did that, and I was like, damn, I wish pro wrestler was on there
Mm-hmm.
because
Oh,
that's
okay,
what
I
I
know what you
wanted to
mean.
do.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, that's what I
I mean,
wanted to
I guess
do.
I put athlete because if you think about it, professional wrestlers are athletes.
Uh huh. So like I did play football like when I was
Oh, for
in
school?
middle school. Yeah, just 1 year.
Were you good or what?
Uh, I played receiver, wide receiver, but
I see. What is that? We catch the ball?
yeah, catch the ball.
Oh, okay, I see.
But I
I
just
mean,
got
mm-hmm.
burnt out on it. Didn't want to do it anymore.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I'm not that I don't. I mean, I don't know football stuff. I don't know football terms.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I guess football is, I mean, looks cool, but that's something I can't do because I don't see interested in that.
Yeah.
And the thing I liked about ACW,
like I'm not.
Wait, go ahead.
I was saying like I'm not really into football anymore.
Oh, okay.
It's always been wrestling.
For real. Like we started ACW in 2016, so at that time period, we were in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
And in middle school, we could have done sports for school, but like with me, I was so into doing ACW that I didn't even do sports for the school. I mean, I did cross country, but in reality, I mostly was more focused with backyard wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And like some of the guys, they were like offering me, "Hey, you should do the school wrestling," but it never caught interest because, I mean, if I'm gonna be completely honest, like that style of wrestling, it's called amateur wrestling. I mean, I think that's what it is, or Olympus wrestling. I think that's
it. Olympic wrestling.
Yes, I don't really like that. If I ever was in that wrestling, not that I wouldn't be good, but I just can't. I don't see myself in that kind of wrestling. Like with backyard wrestling, like you could tell, tell people who you are. Like you could tell people that you are Derrick Destroyer, and that's who I am right now.
Yep.
And we get to create, amazing matches, which in Olympic wrestling or wrestling from school, like it might not, you might not perform as you wanted, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
Right.
But I mean, Kurt Angle came from that.
Oh yeah, he won a medal with the broken freaking neck. Let's not forget.
I'm sure it's hard to adjust. Like if you're in Olympic wrestling and then go to professional wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I bet it's probably way different. See, I never had that chance in school to do that.
Right.
Because they didn't offer that.
I see.
Kind of wrestling, so.
Uh-huh.
It'll probably been interesting to do it.
I see. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Hopefully still doing this.
Nice.
I'll be like 30-something in like 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm 22, so.
Not bad. I mean, I'll be 28 by that time period.
Yeah.
But I really like my experience in TBW. Like, it felt so unreal because no other, like, to all the federations I ever did a crossover with, like, you guys had a different outline, I guess, or different way of, doing backyard wrestling. And that's a way I like how you guys did it. You guys, had a stage. You guys had a way to, play music live. And you even guys had, a backyard ring, which is, not gonna lie, pretty dope.
Yeah, we came up with that. Like, the backyard ring, it's built out of tires and then pallets. And you got like plywood padding, obviously. And then you buy the posts, put them in the ground, and the ropes. It's pretty interesting.
It's a progress. Like, I remember watching videos on how to make like a wrestling ring with the trampoline. And those were kind of hard to do because you have to get like the right materials, the right nuts, the right ropes, and you can't do that without money. And especially when we started out, like we were young, so we couldn't. So money wasn't really on our side compared to right now. But like we ain't gonna really waste money or like spend money on making a wrestling ring because it's not that we won't use a wrestling ring, but like we're at the phase of our life where we could still do this just for fun, if that makes sense.
I agree.
Don't get me wrong, like, we can still do, ACW really good with the wrestling ring, but everybody from ACW likes how we're doing it right now, so it's just best to just have it how everyone's comfortable with it.
Yeah, just keep up the great work. Y'all do a great job.
I mean, we try to do, good matches when we can. Try to make it at least entertaining for like some viewers. Like we try to make some skits to it. Like for example, when someone stole my, that was a cool edit that I made. I mean, I thought it was pretty funny. Like someone stealing my truck, and we found like quotation marks. Someone stealing my truck. I mean, I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I had a same incident sort of on TBW once.
Interesting.
Episode 73. If you want to go watch it, like the guy, it was a triple threat match, and it ended up with us in the back of a truck
Which
flying down
episode
the
you
road.
said?
73.
73.
We ended up flying down the road, beating each other up on the back with the other guy driving, and then I get hit by the truck like in the driveway. I fly. It was crazy.
Okay, hang on. I think I found it.
Yeah, and he was like beating my head up against the horn.
Oh, dang! You guys actually were in like in the back of the truck, and like the truck was moving. That's pretty dope.
Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
It was awesome.
Okay, if you guys want to see this, the timestamp of TBW Wrestling episode 73, it would be 1 hour, 1 minute, and 25 seconds.
Yeah, definitely go watch that. It's one of my craziest experiences.
And I just love how the referee's just chilling in the back like, while the two wrestlers are in the back.
Yeah,
you see a wrestler get in and about to start driving.
Yeah, he like falls over as well, like when he's going fast. It was nuts.
Like who thought of the idea, or did you guys just wing it, or what? Or how did it go behind that?
Well, it wasn't originally supposed to happen. It just happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, that looks pretty fun. Just someone driving around, taping. That reminds me of that one. I think it was WCW or WWF, where like they're fighting. Like I think it was Dusty Rhodes versus Goldust or something, where you get to see them wrestling onto like a moving trailer.
Oh my gosh!
Like there was an incident like that, like something like that, and that was pretty crazy at the time. But this is what me of.
I think I've seen something like that.
Then I can't hear the audio of my computer right now, but like I see you talking to the driver, you're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" or something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And wait, so who were you wrestling at that time?
Fat Asian and Buzzsaw Billy.
Okay, was Buzzsaw Billy the one driving, right?
Yeah,
the one with long hair.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you guys ever done Falls Count Anywhere?
Yes.
Have you guys ever done that match, but like where you guys end up like
the original, like the first ever Falls Count Anywhere was like episode 12, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it went everywhere. It went all the way next door to like where this church building is and everything against this building. Like they got these buildings.
I do remember seeing like a church building. I remember seeing something like that close.
Yeah, it was next door. Yeah, Josh, his parents used to own that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I always wanted to do, hopefully in the future we could do an ACW episode where we have a Falls Count Anywhere, but like it literally goes everywhere, like across town. Like we get to see, like Walmart or the movie theaters, the mall, or like everywhere. I thought that'd be something fun.
Yeah. We had a 24/7 title once, and I pinned that Buzzsaw Billy guy in the Piggly Wiggly parking lot uptown. Wow. That was interesting.
I remember one time we wanted to do a ACW episode at the water park.
Oh my gosh.
So like, I wanted to like talk to the manager or something where we could bring, a trampoline onto like, this where people picnics or like, it's kind of like this section of the water park where like, people like play music.
Yeah.
So that's where we wanted to do our entrance and have our trampoline next to it and, have an episode there. So, just, it never happened. I don't know why, but hopefully in the future, if they give us permission, it'll be cool to do something like that.
And I've also done another one up like in town in front of people. It was the Halloween event of 2020. It was the Devil's Playground match. Okay. And it was filmed at the park.
Nice.
It's a cinematic match that we filmed. it's pretty interesting. Like, starts out with me like sitting in the swings, and it like zooms in, and I like go out, and I'm not there anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
I see.
And it goes all the way. It has good like music, like at the end, cinematic, like
nice,
kind of like battle music.
I
mean, it was pretty good for the feud that it ended.
That's nice.
I thought, but the people that's in TBW now, the Lake Lewis and Cruz, they had a fed in Sweetwater, Tennessee.
Okay.
It was one of their events, but it's called a EBW. It's not a thing anymore, which it ended a few years ago. But they had a match, Cruz Lewis and Troy Jenkins. So it went all over their town, and basically at the end of it, they had this big cage like in this park.
Okay.
It was like it looked like a Hell in a Cell. It's probably like 20 feet high. He jumped off. He jumped off of that onto the other guy. I was like, "Holy crap!"
Okay.
I was like, "Dang,
that's crazy."
That was a great moment.
And there's one thing that I want to address to everybody that's listening to us right now. That if you guys want to check out BTW Wrestling, the link will be down in the description. So there you go, Atomic Titan.
Well, so thank you.
Heard of TBW Wrestling, go check it out. The link will be down in the description. And also the link will be down in the description for matches that I had in TBW.
They were good ones, for real.
And just look. What's that?
Look up. I was saying, look up TBW or Tennessee Backyard Wrestling, or the link.
If you search it up, you can't miss it. Or if not, if you can't find it, just look in the description of, if you're watching this on YouTube, it will be down the link. Or if you're watching on Spotify, whatever, there's also a link down there too.
Heck yeah.
And I don't know if everybody knows this, but I actually have 3 matches. My first match was against this man right here, the Atomic Titan. My second match was a non-title match, was against an H-Boy, Gage Flair, which was also a great match. And my third match, my last match that I had in TBW, was against Ledger. And unfortunately,
that was a great one.
I always wanted to like see how I did. Like, I don't know, but there was something about that match that I wanted to see how I performed. Like, I'm not saying that I did a bad job or anything, but it's kind of that one feeling where you have a match, but like you have to look at it back to see, how it went. Kind of like I didn't see how our match went until you guys uploaded.
Yeah, but you and Ledger did a great job. If I remember when I watched it,
I remember I did a top rope maneuver, a double axe handle out of the ring. I remember that spot. Then he did a suicide dive, like towards the beginning of the match, if I'm correct.
Ledger's great. He's his character work and everything's great.
I mean, he did nice curb stops. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, everybody should really want to work with him. He's really good.
Well, it kind of sucks what happened because he kind of like injured his shoulder. Was it his shoulder?
Yeah. It was back in November. I believe he landed on his shoulder wrong, but he re-aggravated it at season finale by Daniel Cole somehow. I think it was one of the suplexes or something. He landed on it, but he's in a sling right now. Should be out in a few weeks of it by no return.
Because I was going to say, like, he's been out of action for a while, hasn't he?
Yeah. And he's hoping to make a return and hopefully not have to vacate the title because that would suck.
Right.
It's his, he got it on his 6th draw, so a world title, which is pretty good.
And speaking about injuries, like, has there been any injuries you ever had when you were back at wrestling?
No. I've had like
Like bruises?
Hurt my knee or something, but
I see.
Nothing besides that.
Like nothing
Thankfully,
major?
No, nothing major.
Well, that's good. I mean, especially when I drove great distance, especially when I drove to North Carolina and Tennessee, I'm glad, everything went well. Even though, I got my ass kicked, got bruised and all that, I was still okay after that. Because the worst thing you want is to have, a broken arm, broken leg, or be injured, and you're not home. You're hours away from home. It's just the concept of being injured and you're not home. That's worse. Like, that's horrible.
Yeah, I wouldn't want anybody to get hurt. Safety always first.
Oh, definitely.
I always trust in people that I wrestle. Give them trust and.
Oh, definitely.
Hopefully it works out.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody's ever tried to hurt me or nothing like that, so I'm thankful for that.
That's good. I mean, the way I see backyard wrestling is, you could also apply this to wrestling as well. I see backyard wrestling as the way I see the golden rule, treat others the way you want to be treated.
Yeah, but you'll probably run into some people out there that are like that want to hurt you, but
oh, definitely,
just kind of dumb. Like, I don't think they should wrestle anymore if they want to do that.
You have to have a match with him, just try to power through, do your best. Hopefully things comes out smooth afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm surprised you didn't have any injuries, but I'm pretty sure other people at TBW had injuries before. I'm not sure.
Beast broke his ankle.
Ouch.
Unfortunately. Yeah. But he's all good now and he's back in the ring, so
I see. So overall, not a lot of people have been injured?
No.
That's something good to hear.
Never before that happened.
I see. I know we already had our match, but what is your dream matches in backyard wrestling?
I want to face you again, obviously.
That would be a good match.
Yeah.
I wish I could see it from a fan's point of view. I want to see that match.
Yeah.
But then again, it's also fun, having a match.
I got a couple other people.
From different federations.
Jack Delta, if he was still wrestling.
Yeah, I heard.
I'm wishing you a good recovery, brother, and hope you get through it. I'll be you're in my thoughts.
Yeah, he's got the whole backyard community behind him, so stay strong, buddy.
We were trying to set something up for me to go to Michigan this year, but unfortunately it hasn't happened yet. If he ever comes back, I'd love to wrestle him.
Okay.
I'd love to work with WWA, some of them guys. I know you had Carson Michaels on here. I think me and him could do something good in the ring.
Mm-hmm. I remember hearing I remember ACW told me the TBW message ACW that you guys wanted to kind of like a crossover, but you get to submit one match to them or something like that.
That was me that was sending out that message. I was okay. It's a Backyard Revolution. It's gonna be April 13th. We got a bunch of feds in it. MBW, CPW Wrestling, WCEF, WEF, and NEW Internet Wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah, and then us. They'll all have one match, and it's gonna be awesome to see. I can't wait to see what everybody comes up with and sends in.
That's good to hear. I remember doing something like that. We call it Backyard Bash. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah, I've actually seen that. Wasn't it the one with MEBW and a bunch of other places?
EBW, MEBW, CMW, WWA, ACW, different federations.
I remember I was trying to get TBW into that, but then I came across this page that was in it, and they said the deadline has already been cut off. So I was like, crap. Right. It would have been awesome to be in that.
Uh-huh. But like since you guys are doing it again, I guess this is like another one of those, which is pretty nice.
Yeah. Hey, if your federation wants to be in it, then you're more than welcome. It'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
I mean, what's the deadline? Like 5 days before the 13th or
Yeah,
what?
yeah, pretty much. About 5 days. So it'll air April 13th. So that's about a couple weeks.
Not bad.
4 weeks, I guess. 3.
Mm-hmm. Before, the week before. Well, what was the pay-per-view called again?
Backyard Revolution.
Backyard Revolution. So is that gonna be? Are you guys gonna try to make like a promo package video like a week before it, or how is it gonna start?
Yeah, pretty much. I'll have a intro like promo package for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, we'll stay in touch if we have a great match that wants to be exclusive for Backyard Revolution. Then we'll stay in.
Yeah, I got the name because see, us and WF work together.
Okay.
We're called the Backyard Wrestling Revolution. That's like our big name for the company together.
Okay.
Basically, so I kind of got the name from that Backyard Revolution.
I mean, it still sounds unique in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, stay tuned, folks, for April 13th. You do not want to miss Backyard Revolution. So there'll be a lot of different federations there, and ACW is gonna hopefully be a part of it. So stay tuned.
I hope you guys are. It'll be awesome.
It will.
But go ahead.
Do you have any plans for 2022 this year?
Just put on great matches and see. I'm just riding along, see what happens.
That's good.
Want to go for the welterweight title, hopefully soon. We had a tournament a couple months ago for that,
right?
Which was pretty good. It was something new to Backyard. Like I don't think there's ever been a welterweight tournament for like smaller guys that you could showcase, but it went really well. But that's a title I want to go for. It's been vacated, unfortunately, because the guy that was holding it went professional.
Okay.
And I guess it's going to make its way back to TBW soon.
Oh, nice.
But it's not under like a TBW name. The belt can go anywhere. It could go to your federation.
Oh, okay, I see.
Say like if you came and say if I was the champion and beat me, then it would go there and you could defend it. It could go anywhere.
And like if I had that title and I go to a federation in New Mexico and I lose it there, that federation in New Mexico will have it there.
Yeah.
That's pretty unique.
It's definitely.
I don't think I stated this, but like, how was the story that TBW started?
Oh, about how it started. Like I said, we were in school that day, and I talked to Josh and about filming the show, and that's how it came to be. I went to his house and we started filming. It was me and Andrew Clay in the first episode for the U.S. title.
Right.
But season 1 was great. That was back in 2017.
Okay.
I really love that season, but I love where we're at now. Season 6. It's crazy how something we didn't ever think would get this far has came this far, and I appreciate all the guys that has come along and been a part of it.
I mean, I don't know if you like to do this, but like when I like to watch ACW, sometimes like I'll watch ACW kind of like if I want to watch like a Netflix show, like I'll watch ACW because who doesn't like to watch their own content because it's you and your friends hanging out, using your creativity of editing and just having a great time. So like sometimes me and my friends will be watching our old videos for like our early, we could say the golden era, because that was like our first our first, videos. So like we'll be watching it and we'll be like, oh my god, we were just so we were so young back then. Our voices haven't developed yet. I mean, I kind of sound like the same, but like back then I was a bit high pitcher.
Yeah, me
But
too.
but to me, when I watch my younger videos, like it feels cool. I mean, it's part of our childhood. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you could say backyard wrestling is part of our childhood if you adapt to backyard wrestling. Because
Yeah,
like there are
but
times when,
uh-huh.
like
Go ahead.
okay, like there are times where like I was so into ACW where I kind of skipped family dinner because I wanted to hang out with the boys and do ACW.
Yeah, backyard wrestling is literally my childhood. That's what like got me through a lot of stuff, and
Uh-huh.
it helped me grow up. I would
Right.
say that. But looking back, I watch some of the videos all the time, the older ones, and it's like, holy crap! Like
For real.
we've almost been doing this. Like this is like the 5th year of TBW. It's unbelievable.
Right.
I'm like some feds don't ever like last that long or something, but it's crazy how we have because we've almost shut down like once. It was back in 2018. We only had like 4 wrestlers at that time.
Damn.
Yeah, and
I mean, that's
it,
relatable, especially to other people. They could relate to that.
yeah, I mean, we even had our last show. It's called Save Yourself, and
Mm-hmm.
it was the last one. Me, Little Mike, and Josh all hugged at the end, and Josh won the title, and we went out. We never thought we'd film again, but luckily it just came back up, and we got a lot of people on our roster now.
I see.
It's unbelievable.
Like,
Like,
what was I gonna say? There's something on my mind. Let's see if I could bring it up. Hopefully, I don't forget it. Yeah, like before we brought our return episode, like before we started doing the idea of we should bring back ACW because we haven't had our 100th episode yet, and we're so close.
mm-hmm,
So like
mm-hmm,
me and the boys, we were thinking, hey, we should bring it back and actually have not necessarily closure, but like try to end the chapter. If that makes sense. Like not end the
uh-huh,
book, but end the chapter. So before we started the idea of bringing back ACW, I was just watching all ACW videos. Like I think it was like episode 76 where it's between me and the Atomic Atom, where like
mm-hmm.
I think he almost broke my neck, and
Crap.
I mean I guess with him he's kind of like those people that are like into wrestling but like they're not trained, if that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Like they don't understand the wrestling terms like how you and me understand it.
Mm-hmm.
But like nowadays, like he was there when we were taping the return episode of ACW. So we're going over and we want to just improve things that needs improving that we haven't done it yet. So we want to have hopefully we can reach our 100th episode pretty soon, and that'll be
That'd
like
be awesome.
yeah, because I mean that's pretty cool. Because I want to do something similar where it's some like ACW does like how WW did Raw 1000. I thought that was like something phenomenal.
Yeah, that's kind of how our 100th episode was. It was last year. I don't know if you've seen it or not.
I have not seen it yet, but I should definitely check it out after
Kind of
this.
had like an intro, kind of like the Raw 1000 of all the stuff from the beginning to that point.
Right.
It was awesome.
Uh-huh.
I never thought we'd reach 100 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're at 120 coming up.
Wow. I remember I was hanging out with one of my friends, and he told me, I mean, we were watching ACW, especially our older videos, like our really old videos. And he said that, like, he told me, he's like, it's crazy how, your idea, your creativity came, this far. I mean, look how ACW is right now. We, have Beyond the Yard, which, I'm glad people are, are thankful for that because they could hear, they could hear the Atomic Titan, or they could hear Carson Michaels. They could hear, Caution the Virus. They could hear anybody from different federations. Because when you watch a federation and you watch, this wrestler compete, like I think that's what you get. Like you just see a wrestler, wrestle. There'll be a storyline, and that's it. Like you don't actually, hear them, what's been going on through their mind, what's been going on, with their life and all that. Like, you don't get to hear that level. You don't get to hear that from that compared to Beyond the Yard. Like, I feel like Beyond the Yard is something that not the backyard wrestling community has done before, probably. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but like many backyards don't do podcasts, so it's great to hear that.
Right.
People, because I like to listen to them and hear what some of these people like on the screen have to say behind the scenes. I love seeing behind the scenes stuff.
Right. I mean, it's just great content because, I mean, who doesn't love behind the scenes? It's like if you watch a movie, like, for example, Spider-Man or the Batman, like, if you thought those movies were amazing, just, like, watch, like, the making of, like, it's just crazy, like, what went behind of making those movies.
Right.
Like, go ahead.
I was saying that Spider-Man was a great movie.
That was a great movie.
The new one.
For real.
I seen you on Instagram in the suit.
The symbiotic suit. The symbiote suit. There we go.
That was awesome.
I mean, I still have my Spider-Man suit. I'm looking at it right now. I just hope I don't turn heel because that's the least thing that people want is Derrick Destroyer wearing the Spider-Man suit on an episode of ACW.
Yeah, you gonna come out in it?
Probably. Hopefully, if I turn heel, my darkness. I just need to grow out my hair and go emo.
Yeah. You should do it.
That'd be something fun, like something like cool to do. Seeing, a backyard wrestler doing his entrance, doing a tribute to Spider-Man.
For sure. Being the bad guy is great.
Right. And especially on camera, like,
I love it.
For real. It's like watching a movie. Like, I mean, I think actors could relate where, people like being the bad guy because, they get to play this character where they have an advantage over the good guy. Like, have you seen the Dark Knight trilogy? The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
The second one.
Yes.
Like, with Heath Ledger, like, even though it's a Batman movie, people like it. I mean, I guess they like it overall because of the Joker, but I like it because of the story.
Yeah, the story.
But
story is what gets you.
For real, like the music, the directing, everything. But in the Dark Knight, like Heath Ledger, like he's just a villain that at the time period we never had before. He's kind of like the Green Goblin to Spider-Man. He's like that evil. So Heath Ledger, he did an amazing performance. And I'm not saying that, Christian Bale, Batman did a bad performance, but, just that villain's performance is just phenomenal. But like when you do something like that with backyard wrestling, it's kind of something similar in a way. Like you get to be a heel compared when you're a face because you may not get to do a lot of stuff when you're a face compared to when you're a heel.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was never good at being face. I love being heel. I love making people mad.
I just love being on camera. Yeah. I mean, it's just fun.
It is fun.
I remember
wrestling is so fun.
I remember when we first started doing ACW, like the people that were, that were in camera, like they're kind of, shy bringing it up in school. But like, to me, I want to see like how that's shy. I mean, I guess it's kind of odd seeing, wrestling on trampoline, but like people don't know how popular that is.
Yeah, it's very popular.
Like if you go on YouTube right now, like here, look, I'm going on YouTube right now.
You search back, you just search backyard wrestling, it comes up.
Right, backyard wrestling. What I see, backyard wrestling top 50 holy shit moments. Yep. I see TBW Wrestling episode 119. People don't know how popular it is. Heck, you could even see ACW. That's pretty cool. I mean, you have to scroll down a little bit, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I searched it yesterday. I seen it on there under backyard wrestling.
Right. I mean, sure, there's backyard wrestling like from the 2000s where they're a bit hardcore, and like I guess that's what some people don't like about backyard wrestling because the way how it was. But like, I feel like they should like need to understand how like backyard wrestling is right now.
Yeah, like James Taylor, I don't know if you've watched him, but he's in TBW.
Okay.
He used to wrestle back in the early 2000s, like 2002, 2003, 4, 5, and on.
Oh, interesting.
But he was like wow, like how much backyard wrestling has changed because he used to do like all hardcore matches, and they didn't have no ring. Nobody was building rings or anything like that. It wasn't a show. I mean, he said like we didn't have YouTube back then. We couldn't put it out
upload.
Like, yeah. He said it's like crazy how much it has evolved into like people putting out actual shows and
entertainment. You know, like tweets, like Instagram posts. That's just cool.
Yeah,
but
that's good on social media's part.
Yes, that's good for social media's part. I just wish, like, I know some channels are not as they're not active anymore, but I wish there was a way where they were all active. So, like hypothetical, like, let's say all the backyard federations that we know started and like is still with us throughout our time span, and it'll be cool if we could, stay in touch with them. And if they were still making shows, because imagine if we did like one big show with all of them.
Yep, that would be epic.
Like all-star backyard wrestling or something like that. I mean, that would be pretty cool. Like imagine a Royal Rumble with all the backyard wrestlers mixed, not in order, from different federations come out.
That would be awesome. I wish like some of these backyard feds would come back. It was awesome seeing them. I watched the EBW a lot. With Maximus Roman, and that was sad they ended.
I know.
And MEBW a couple like last year or so.
Like it's kind of sad I never made my debut on those, because those were the two federations that I really wanted to do.
Yeah, you know,
crossover.
You were trying to go there. That would have been awesome.
I would have legit gone, but the thing was, I dislocated my knee. Yeah. I think it was a month before I was actually planning to travel, so that kind of sucked. Then not only that, but COVID hit, so that made everything worse for everybody.
Yeah, for sure. I wasn't traveling during that. I traveled last year to like WF, and then this fed up in Cincinnati.
Okay.
It was KPW Wrestling. We wrestled on the ground down there, but they had like a little small trampoline. But they were awesome guys.
Nice.
Like, a couple of them couldn't show up because they were in school, but besides that, it was a fun trip. It's like 3 hours from us.
Okay, see.
But I think, are they up there probably near WWA?
In Ohio, is it?
Yeah. I think they're near Cincinnati.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's where we went. I was like, I think we're close to them as well.
How far do you think that is?
Probably about 3 to 4 hours, I'd say.
Not that bad. I mean,
at the most.
That's really not that bad. Wow.
Yeah. Which when we travel to WF or they come to us, it's like 2.5 hours, which isn't bad.
I know I stated this on my previous episodes, but not recent. But I remember I stated this on my old episodes of Beyond the Yard. But it would be cool if we did something like, you know how WWE does Hall of Fame, where they gather wrestlers and just have like one big show.
Yes,
it would be cool if we could do something like that, but with backyard wrestling. Like even if we don't have like wrestling matches, it'll be cool to have a gathering with like different wrestlers from like different eras, from different time periods, different years, and like having an award for like best spot of of the year, or like just the best spot or something like that. So kind of like the Slammies, I guess, the Oscars, you could say. I mean, that's what I always thought of backyard wrestling, like a big gathering, like a party. But I don't know if people are up for it, but like that would just be something cool to do.
I'd definitely be up for it.
Like kind of like a high school reunion, like people that are not in high school anymore. I'm pretty sure like they kind of miss like small moments that they had in school, like where they hanged out with friends or where they missed talking to girls in the school. Like small details like that. But it would be cool if we could like make a reunion or reunite us somehow.
Yeah, I want to meet some of the people in backyard wrestling.
Right. Because, like, in backyard wrestling, there's people, like, we may see them on YouTube, but we have never met or, like, made communications within one another. But meeting in person, that's just a different level. That's a different story.
Definitely is. I met some cool people so far.
Right. Are you planning to do any like crossovers or like traveling this year, or what are you thinking about that?
Probably not this year.
Oh, okay, I see.
But I would love to.
I mean, it's pretty fun traveling.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
I mean, I drove across half of the country. I mean, that's pretty crazy to think about that. Because Kansas is the middle of the United States. Yep. And traveling to the right to the right, which is North Carolina, then Tennessee, then back home.
Why don't you ever try to go to like Texas or so? I've heard there's backyard feds down there.
There is. I mean, you could say it's like. I mean, I guess they're closer, but
is there any other feds?
It's still a lot of hours.
Is there any other ones in Kansas or?
I mean, I guess there's one in Kansas City. They're not active at the moment. They're called KCCW. And they're not active at the moment, but they're planning to, come back. But I actually messaged one of them guys, and I said, "Hey, are you guys planning to come back soon?" And he's like, "Yeah, probably." Or like, I don't know. So I could do a crossover whenever I want to head out to North Carolina or to TBW in Tennessee.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
And since I'm on the road, it'll be a nice thing to do. Like, since I'm on my way to you guys, it's not a bad to take a stop where their guys are, where they are at.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What would you? Or I mean, I don't know how your life would have been, but what if you never became a backyard wrestler? How do you think your life would have turned out? If it's fine asking.
I don't know where I'd be at. I don't know. That's a good question.
I mean, I want to say it made a big impact. Probably did, probably didn't, but it made an impact of your life.
Yeah, because like I definitely look forward to it every week, and it's been nonstop for 5 years. Because like I've been on every show.
Wow. I mean, that's what I like about TBW. Like, you guys are pretty consistent, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like a lot of channels try to do that, but the thing is, it's kind of hard because you have to regroup with the boys. You have to record. You have to edit. You have to upload it. But keep in mind, you have to do a lot of stuff in order to upload it. Then that's just one episode, and next week's coming up, and you have to repeat the whole cycle. Yep. I mean, it's not a bad thing. I mean, a lot of people could pull it off. I mean, we pulled it off before.
It's not really like a hard process either. Right. I mean, but I say we keep consistent. Everybody loves it, and we're all passionate about it, and we all love wrestling, and that's what keeps us going.
Right.
We love entertaining people and showing people that don't be afraid to be with your friends and grab a camera and go on YouTube and do what you love.
Right. Like, I remember I wanted to be a YouTuber, but like this was before I created, the idea of, doing backyard wrestling. But I wanted to be like a YouTuber. You know how like there's PewDiePie, there's like those kind of YouTubers. But it's kind of hard to be like them because, they have. I mean, I don't know if they had money on their side, but like
most likely
they're like well known. Yeah, like they're well known because somehow, like they pop out, like they stand out real quickly, and they start getting a lot of views, and that's just crazy how they are right now. But ever since we created ACW, we weren't as popular. But like, look at us right now. Like, I'm sure when you guys started out, you guys weren't as high compared to how you guys are right now.
Yeah. I really didn't know how to wrestle then. Sort of.
Right.
Which people's helped me along the way. And I thank them for that. It's gotten better product, and definitely.
I mean, not thinking about it, like, I mean, I guess we could consider ourselves YouTubers, but
yeah,
I mean, we are YouTubers, but we also are backyard wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's just something cool, to keep in mind about. Like YouTubers, they do crossovers. Like backyard wrestlers, they do crossovers as well. So I mean, that's something pretty cool to do.
Would you consider backyard wrestling YouTube wrestling, or?
I mean, I guess backyard wrestling is, the how do I say it? Because YouTube wrestling could be about anything. It could be like you could have a professional wrestling league, and it'll be on YouTube, and that'd be kind of considered as YouTube wrestling. But like, backyard wrestling, which wrestling in the backyard. There's you can't change that. But like YouTube wrestling, I guess it's just wrestling, but on YouTube. And like I guess it's kind of like an era where, like, let's say the 2000s, like how you said earlier about your friend, like it was just like backyard wrestling, like pure backyard wrestling. But like nowadays, we have like advanced technology. We have like the ability to like upload and post, videos and whatnot. Like we're in the YouTube era, pretty much.
Which is a good thing for. I guess it's a good thing for backyard wrestling. People,
it is,
show what they do, and it's awesome.
Because I mean, I don't know how they did it back then when people wanted to watch like backyard wrestling. I think they like could have bought them from what like Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Or whatnot. I mean, I don't know how people did it back then. I'm pretty sure they made it in CDs. I think.
Yeah, like James, he basically recorded them, put them on tapes. They're on CDs, I believe, of what he did. Right. I've seen some of the stuff. It's pretty good. It's pretty interesting.
Okay. I mean, I guess we are, YouTube wrestling, but
yeah.
I mean, you could consider us, backyard wrestlers or YouTube wrestlers, but it's just whatever. I mean, everybody, sees things differently.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, we're YouTubers, I guess.
You're right. We're YouTubers.
What would you say were some of the best moments you had in TBW?
I love working with anybody. I love giving people a good match.
Okay.
Entertaining people, but moment, like, it felt like it was real and like really like came to me was season finale 4 when I won the world title by cashing in the gold in the vault briefcase. That meant a lot to me. It felt like in that era, because after we did close the doors for a couple months the first time, that was like the old era, but that really felt like a world championship like win, because it felt like it was more like earned and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. It felt better, I guess. I don't know how to put it.
I see.
But it was awesome.
If there is one thing that you could change about backyard wrestling, what would it be?
Backstage drama, some of that. There's
by that backstage drama.
Well, like I'm saying, like there's some people out there that are like, I don't know how to put it. Just
okay.
They're too full of themselves. I don't know.
Okay, see.
Yeah, you know what I mean. There's some of them people out there.
Pretty much, I kind of get you what you mean. Okay, yes. I mean, I guess that's how some people are. They think they're this and that, but it is what it is. That's what some people say.
Yeah.
So pretty much everybody in TBW are mostly some of the pretty much the best wrestlers you ever worked with, correct?
I mean, sort of, yeah. You want to say that?
Or like, whoa. Okay. Yeah. Maybe that's good enough right there.
I love to like wrestle other people. That's why I like going to other places. And
okay, I get you now.
I love to wrestle. I mean, I see a lot of great people out in backyard wrestling that I want to wrestle that are way better than other like people in TBW.
Right.
For sure.
Okay. That's true. No. I apologize. It's just my page refreshed, so I gotta find.
Oh, it's okay.
Our second.
It's all good.
Okay.
Brother.
If there's any backyard federation, if you could join, like what federation would it be? Like if you had a chance to join any other federation.
I would have loved to have been a part of MEBW or ESW, KBW.
KBW.
I love ESW. Their production's really well. How they do things.
Oh yeah, they do. Really good.
I love to. I could be in ACW. That'd be awesome.
That'd be.
Could you ever see Atomic? Could you ever see Atomic Titan in ACW?
That'd be pretty cool. Like, good God Almighty, the Atomic Titan is in ACW. You know, I mean,
yeah. And then I could just imagine that. And me and you's brawling.
Good God Almighty, we got to get Jay Regal here and commentate with us. Yeah, that'd be something cool to do.
Yeah.
I mean, just awesome. Doing videos is just something cool. Like a lot of people, like they don't. It kind of sucks that they don't see how we see things.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I kind of see this more than a hobby. Like
yeah, way more than a hobby.
A bit of a lifestyle, I guess you could say.
Yeah, lifestyle. Some people consider it a job, I guess.
Right.
I'm sure there's people that get paid for it.
Oh, that's true. I mean, I was going to ask you my next question, but I already stated that. It's, you know, like thoughts about our match that we had.
Yeah, great match. Great chemistry. I loved working with you. It was awesome, fun, and I always go back and watch those highlights in that match because it meant a lot.
Right. Not gonna lie, like before our match, like I was just thinking of ways that I could try something new. Then, minutes before our match, my friend messaged me, and he was like, "Hey, if you could, you should do like do some kicks, like use your legs a lot." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I kind of did a lot of like kick combos. Like I did some good integurs on you.
I love the part I like the most is when you rolled me back and then like I got up and you super kicked me, dude. That was right. It was awesome. You got me right in the chin. I was like, "Oh, dude, this is awesome."
That was like a holy shit moment right there.
I was like, "Oh my god."
There was a match where I was gonna do that to you, but like you actually roll out of the ring, so like I had to improvise and do save that spot later on in the match. So like I got out of the ring because like since I was new to you guys' ring, like I haven't built the confidence to do a suicide dive yet. I know like you guys were told me I should do it, but like you have to build confidence first because you can't just do it your first best, because if you botch, then hopefully it doesn't end terrible.
Hurt. Yeah, don't get hurt or something. I don't do those because I'm not the best at them. Last time, I was saying last time I tried one, I went through and I like fell through and hit the ground.
I remember I tried to do a suicide dive on my match with Gage Flair, and I mean it looked a bit botchy, not gonna lie, because it's not that I wasn't scared. It's just, I didn't want to, hurt myself. So, I kind of, try to play my cards right, play it safe, say.
Yeah.
Then, like,
for sure,
when I did the suicide dive, it looked like, I hurt my leg and I stuck with it. So, like, throughout the match, my leg was hurt. And one spot that I liked about my flare flex to the ring, that was a nice suplex.
Yeah, I love those spots, especially when he does those. Gage he's a great in-ring worker. I know he does the Flair gimmick. It's a homage to Ric Flair, his idol. He's met him like 2 or 3 times.
That's badass. Like meeting Ric Flair, like wow.
I know some people's like it's easy to go out there and be Gage Flair, but like what he does is incredible and
for real.
He's really good.
I mean, when I was in the ring waiting for Gage Flair entrance, I was like, oh shit. It kind of felt like I was actually going against Ric Flair. I was like, oh shit, Nature Boy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love how he does it. Like
he's a really nice guy, not gonna lie.
Yeah, he's a great friend. And
he's a nice worker, to be honest.
He's got that woo down like on pat and like everything in his entrance, and he even gets like custom robes made and everything.
Bro, that's pretty dope.
Like, dude,
I remember in the middle of the match, like I taunted him. I was doing my own like strap, my own woo. That was like a cheap heel move right there.
Yeah, but
I thought that was pretty funny.
He loves wrestling a lot.
He
loves TBW. I'd love to see him on here.
I remember, yeah, that would be pretty cool to have Gage Flair on Beyond the Yard. I remember. I mean, I was only there for one day, so I don't know why I said that. But I remember the day I don't know why I'm saying that. But when I arrived, I remember you guys were telling me about that Chris Jericho retweeted something about TBW.
Yeah, it's when Josh was doing the Painmaker.
Yes.
Thing.
Because when I heard about that, I was like, "Holy shit, that's pretty cool."
Yeah, I was like, he's like, dude, like someone just sent me this. This isn't real, and I was like looking on Twitter, and I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, like I legit went to Twitter. Like I was on my Twitter before I went to sleep. I was like, wait, is that actually true what he said? Then I was like, oh shit, that is true.
It was funny because like some people in the comments on Twitter were like, he's in better shape than Jericho. I was like, God.
Wow.
I was like, God bless.
Wow.
That was a crazy moment.
Did it got a lot of likes from that retweet? I mean, I don't know how Twitter works, but
yeah, it got a lot. I was like, holy crap. There was a lot of comments.
Wow.
Too. It's crazy that Chris Jericho like retweeted that. It's unbelievable.
Cool. For real.
Never thought so. Like he's a legend, and I was.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Pretty cool.
Like if you ever get Gage Flair on here, it'd be awesome to see that.
But I want to hear his story. Like, Nature Boy. I want to hear those stories.
If you ever go out partying with him, you can't keep up. Trust me.
Damn.
He natures. So have fun with that.
Is he gonna fucking spin his dick around like a helicopter, like Nature Boy?
I hope not.
Only a joke. I know.
Well, not.
It's because I saw the documentary of The Dark Side of the Ring, the airplane. What was it called? The Hell Airplane Ride or something like that?
Yeah.
Something like that. But I remember I died laughing when I saw the Ric Flair part. Yeah. No, but that's pretty cool hearing that, Gage Flair, and you can't out party him, which is, something cool.
He lives it.
For real. I mean, I've never been to like a party because, I never got it, but seeing something like that, I guess it sounds, something cool to do in the future.
Yeah. If you come down, come party.
For real. I mean, I don't know how you guys party in Tennessee, but I guess it's only one way to find out.
Meet us at Sam's Sports Grill every Saturday night.
What do they do? Do they have karaoke or what?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we just sit there and eat and talk and just party and just go a bunch of places.
Oh, nice.
Or go to Buffalo Wild Wings or something like that.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, if you follow his Instagram, you'll see what he does.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, I seen photos of, you guys out and drinking. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can't keep up with him.
One time, I was, like, just chilling at the house. I was scrolling, and I saw, is that, Gage Flair and, chilling at a bar and just, and I see Gage Flair saying, woo, in the bar, and that was something pretty cool. Wait, wasn't there, like, some people, what was it? What's that one place? It's like Hooker or I don't know.
Hooter?
Or like you guys,
what?
Hooter. There you go, Hooter. Or like you guys went to Hooter or like Sam's Grill or something like that, where you guys had like a fan there or something like that.
Oh yeah, Pete. Like he'll start wooing, and like people like look at us, and they'll all start wooing, and then they'll go over there and start talking, and they'll check out the show and the channel. It's crazy.
It's pretty cool.
And
Do you
they'll
guys have a
take pictures with them.
nice? Do you guys have a good fan base in Tennessee and you guys hometown or?
Yeah, a lot of people watching our town. It's crazy.
It's
Like
pretty cool.
there ain't really no wrestling here anymore. We did have a show once. It was SWA. It was pro wrestling, but it shut down like 2016.
Wow.
There ain't been nothing else. They do it at our armory up here.
Uh-huh.
Another story, like we went to AEW Dynamite in Nashville.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Got down on the floor and he wooed real loud, and everybody in the arena started wooing. It was crazy.
I remember I did the same thing when I went to when they had a WWE event in another town, which is like 2 hours and 30 minutes away. Yeah. And the crazy part is, ever since I think it was the year 2017, ever since that year, like they had consecutive times where they came to that same city, which is not that far ago, and I've been consecutive like those years. So you could say I had like a streak going over there, and it's pretty cool because my first one, the first time I went was a WWE live house, like a house show. The second one was SmackDown. I remember it was before the Royal Rumble. I remember that. I mean, yes. Yeah, they were before the Royal Rumble. And the next event was and it was before the Rumble. And I got to see Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman there. I think at that time it was Brock Lesnar feuding with Ricochet, I think. Then the last time I went, or like last time they came over here, like it was SmackDown. Oh, funny story. On that episode of Raw that I mentioned, I was actually heard on TV, which is pretty cool.
For real?
Yeah, that's so awesome. You search up on YouTube right now, Rusev and Liv Morgan versus. Wait, was it? No, I can't remember. I think no, I said it wrong. So Lana and Rusev versus Liv Morgan and Bobby Lashley. And if you go in the comments, like I commented a time zone where if you click on this time zone, you could hear me say, "I love you, Morgan." And the funny story, I mean, Liv Morgan's pretty hot. There's no doubt about that. I mean, she's one of my wrestling crushes besides, Sasha Banks, Bliss, other people, other women. Yeah. But the thing that's really funny when you actually like watch it back on Hulu or whatever, like if you go and try to find my section where like there's a brief silence, like the commentators will be saying like Liv Morgan is about to pick up Lana and throw her out of the ring. Then you hear a dead silent. And during that dead silent, you hear, "I love you, Morgan," back.
I'll have to look that up.
That's just something like funny, like being heard, like on WWE, like especially on their channel, like that's just because, awesome. Like you remember that episode where the Shield broke up, where Seth Rollins turned on them? Crazy part about that, okay, Batista quit WWE before they broke up.
Yeah.
And funny, and something that's crazy about that happened on my birthday. So that was something crazy to witness.
That was shocking.
I was like, for real. But the moment when Seth Rollins was about to hit, I think the first shot was Roman Reigns on the back. When he was about to hit Roman Reigns, like you hear a guy from the crowd say, "No!" And it's fucking heartbreaking.
I know it was heartbreaking. I was like, oh my god. I didn't like Seth Rollins after that for a while.
I mean, I like the authority Seth Rollins. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Where he didn't sell out, but he bought in. That was kind of like the corporation of like The Rock. That was kind of something similar of that.
Did you go to a lot of like wrestling events or?
When I got older, when I got older, yes, because when you get older, you have more freedom. I guess you have because when you're young, like when you try to convince your parents to take you to a different town to watch wrestling, they might not take you.
Yeah.
Because they think it's a waste of money, or they think it's something odd. But like when you get older, like when you guys got to go to AEW, like you guys had your own thing. You guys had money saved up. You guys had a car. I don't know where it was, like, because you guys. I assume you guys had to travel to a different town.
Yeah, Nashville.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been to 2 Monday Night Raws.
Okay.
One in 2013, one in 2015, and then I've been to a SmackDown. That was in 2019, and then I've been to I think I went to 2 live events, and then AEW this year.
But I actually didn't mention this. I mean, I actually forgot, but my recent event that I went to was on SmackDown. So it was the SmackDown after Crown Jewel, I think, where it was Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Then Roman Reigns came out with, the Tribal Chief, Acknowledge Me. Paul Heyman's are talking about how they defeated Brock Lesnar. Then moments later, you get to see Brock Lesnar with the ponytail come out and just going ape shit on Roman Reigns. The Usos try to help, but Brock Lesnar, throws a camera at them, and it was like a crazy episode.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. WrestleMania is coming up too.
I know. I always wanted to go to a WrestleMania because you haven't lived life until you go to WrestleMania.
You're right. I want to go. I know. Well, they're doing SummerSlam this year up here in Nashville, so I'm trying to go to that.
That's pretty cool. When is mostly SummerSlam? Like around what month?
It said it was this year, like July 30th. It's just kind of odd, but it's at the Titan Stadium in Nashville. Open.
I thought it was like mostly in August.
Yeah, I did too, but I guess they changed it. It's kind of weird. Their scheduling's kind of different this year. WWE is.
It'll be the pay-per-views I wanted to go is Royal Rumble. Because I want to experience like the Royal Rumble, like seeing the countdown and like seeing a wrestler that does its return or debut. Like imagine being at the Royal Rumble 2016. You were there when AJ Styles makes his debut.
Oh yeah, that would have been awesome.
Or like being there when Edge made his return.
No, one of my buddies, Lake, that I was talking about earlier.
Okay.
He was at WrestleMania. Which one was in Orlando? 33, I think.
Yeah, 33. Yes.
Yeah, he was there when the Hardys returned.
That's awesome.
He was like, he was crazy.
Did he say that the crowd pop was crazy?
Yeah, the crowd pop was crazy, he said.
Wow. And I remember during the Hall of Fame, like, you know how the wrestlers who were inducted like stand there and whatnot?
Yeah.
Well, I remember watching it live, like we got to see Kurt Angle and like his music hit. And like you get to hear, like, you know how his theme song goes like, you suck, you suck. Mm-hmm. Well, like the crowd was singing along and it's like so loud that you barely heard the theme song. That's just crazy. Like you get to hear 1,000 of people yelling, you suck to Kurt Angle. And that's like music to Kurt Angle right there.
That was awesome. No, I know a guy through James Taylor that was on the Hall of Fame. Like he got inducted, I believe.
Okay.
It was in like 2019. Through the Make-A-Wish. It was awesome. But he's a really good, awesome guy. He's thinking about coming to TBW to manage, but he lives in Texas.
Oh,
he used to do backyard wrestling back in the day,
right?
With James, and he might be coming in as a manager sometime. But he was talking about the experience of WWE. It's awesome. He gets to go to like a lot of the shows as well in Texas or anywhere.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
you might be the first this special podcast, but what do you think about Cody Rhodes pretty much gonna be in WWE? What do you think about that? Because I heard that he got signed like 15 days ago.
Yeah, I heard about it too. I guess against Seth Rollins, I heard.
I think it's the second night.
Yeah. I guess give him a chance. I mean, he left AEW, but if the rumors are true, then which I think because what's his name? He changed his finisher. Damian Priest changed his finisher. It was like the Crossroads, as well. And they kept like saying words on like commentary, like hinting at Cody Rhodes, like smoke and mirrors and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
like his original theme. So I believe it's true. So he might. I don't know if he'll show up on Raw or WrestleMania or the night after.
Okay.
But it'll be awesome.
Because there was a meme that I saw on the internet where you saw Vince McMahon, and the caption was like, when you see Cody Rhodes coming back to WWE, Vince McMahon was like, "Hey, everybody, look, it's Stardust," and he's holding his up.
Hey, did you like Stardust, or what did you think about that?
I mean, I was young, but like I thought it was like unique. I guess. Yeah. I mean, I kind of like Cody Rhodes. The smoke and mirrors.
Nightmare. Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Okay, right now I'm on my computer. I'm in the WWE, .com. And they actually have Stardust under the superstars.
Under like current?
Yes, I think so. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna do it. It's like, is he gonna come back to Stardust and he's gonna burn his gimmick, kind of like how his dad did in one episode?
He might be. I don't.
Right.
That'd be crazy to see.
Right.
Stardust back.
Because I know some people can't take it seriously with Stardust. I mean, I like Goldust because at least like he could pull it off.
Yeah, you're right.
But like with Stardust, it's different.
It's like Dustin Rhodes in AEW, which is his real name.
Right.
I'd like to see Goldust in WWE again. He was interesting.
I mean, I liked his character.
Yeah. But Cody Rhodes, I hope people's like, oh, they buried him with him being Cody or Stardust again. Or something like that.
True.
I feel like someone would say that.
I remember, I like Cody Rhodes' gimmick where I think it was an episode of SmackDown. I can't remember. I think it was like 2010 or 2011. He broke his nose.
The mask. Yes. Oh, yes, that was perfect.
Protect the mask.
That was a great gimmick.
Then
he was feuding with Rey Mysterio, I believe.
Yes. I don't know what he was telling to like the fans, but like he should wear like those brown bags over their faces or something like that.
Oh my god, yeah.
I remember that. It's crazy how crazy time flies. Like I think that's like almost 12 years ago.
Yeah, that's wow. It's crazy.
I just miss. I think you guys, everybody could relate that's listening to this right now. We probably just missed the wrestling we grew up with.
You're right.
Because like
definitely,
like that time period when we were watching wrestling, like for example, we got to see the SmackDown like in almost every single episode. Like that's just something crazy.
Now, something different about wrestling now and then, I believe, is the characters. Like, I feel like some of these guys are just bland. Like, they don't have no character to them, and that's what makes it not interesting. Because, like, you had Undertaker back then, you had Kane, and all these like that were like expanding your imagination, like you know what I mean. But you really don't see that nowadays,
right? Like especially in the 80s, like people thought like wrestlers were like these colorful superheroes and super villains because like you had Sergeant Slaughter, you had Hulk Hogan, you had Ultimate Warrior, you had all these kinds of wrestlers. But like nowadays, they're not much as muscular, but like more like, how do you say? Like you have like Ricochet and Finn Balor, where they're not like big dudes, but like they're like high flyers. There you go.
I think that's the problem with AEW like now, because they don't have character. Like most of the guys on there, they just nothing about. They want to do like all these like moves that are like over the top that will end their careers early.
Right, I know. But
just,
I mean, I like AEW because they do good matches. Not that WWE doesn't, but you could tell, who's having good matches and who's not.
Yeah, you're right.
Like the booking per se.
The booking's all right. It's my favorite wrestler in AEW is MJF because
MJF is he's a good heel.
Great heel work, dude. Like I love it, dude.
I love the fit-up between MJF and CM Punk.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That was awesome. But like
one thing I liked about AEW was like that was just something crazy.
Yeah, I was watching that and I was like, is he gonna come out? And then his music hit and I was like, oh my gosh, like going crazy.
I couldn't go to sleep after that. Like I was on social media, it was just my news feed, I think that's what it's called, on Instagram was like popping with memes where like something said like, yeah, sex is cool, but like, have you ever seen your wrestler come back from, so many times of not being there? Like, that's just like crazy.
You never thought he would return to wrestling. I never thought he would.
For real.
But just like the same thing as Edge, like you never thought he would get cleared to come back.
I know.
And then like, okay, one of my favorite wrestlers is Daniel Bryan Danielson.
Okay.
And I never thought he would come back as quick as he did. But
yeah, I thought like when he like announced his retirement, I thought he was out for sure.
Yeah,
but, like when he came back at WrestleMania 34, I remember watching that live. That was
one of my favorite WrestleMania moments is Daniel Bryan winning the world title at WrestleMania 30. That was awesome.
I know. I mean, that's a good WrestleMania. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah,
it was a sad WrestleMania because The Undertaker lost his streak.
Yeah, that sucked.
I mean, I didn't watch it live, but hearing about that's just sad.
Yeah, I was watching it. I was a lot younger then when that happened, but it was crazy how that happened. I didn't expect it. Even the guys in the front row, you see in their face, they're like, "What?"
Right. Like that one dude with glasses, he has his mouth open.
Oh yeah. I feel like they should have had someone else break the streak, but I don't know. I mean, Brock Lesnar, yeah, he's good. Maybe Roman should have been. I thought CM Punk could have broke the streak. That was a really good.
That was a good feud at the time.
Good feud, good match.
21-1. I remember hearing that number because CM Punk said, "I'm gonna be the one in 21-1 or 20-1."
20-1.
There you go. Yeah, but overall, like, do you think The Undertaker should have retired at WrestleMania 28 when he had his match against Triple H in a Hell in a Cell with Shawn Michaels as referee?
Yeah, I agree because most of his matches after that weren't like as good.
I mean, CM Punk, it was a good match.
Yeah, I think that was his like really, really good last one.
Because after that, he lost his match against Brock Lesnar. That was the 30th. 31. Then
he have Bray Wyatt
Bray Wyatt. But I thought it was something cool, seeing, the dead man versus, the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt.
Now imagine if it was a Fiend going up against...
See, like, that's the thing with Bray Wyatt. Like, they start screwing Bray Wyatt when his character arc starts getting good, which kind of...
Dude, he kept losing so much, like, with that gimmick. I was like... They kept trying to bury him and shit.
I remember watching this live. Like, I got so pissed off, I nearly canceled my network subscription. Okay, I think it was Hell in a Cell, Bray Wyatt, The Fiend versus Seth Rollins, and it ends in a freaking DQ. Like, how does it end by a DQ?
Dude, I was so mad at that match. Like, it didn't make any sense. I think everybody hated that match.
Right, I felt like that fat guy from like that meme that says, "Who booked this crap?"
Yeah, what did he do? Put like a bunch of stuff over him to keep him down, and he's still like he wouldn't even sell.
I think it's because like he used the hammer from the Fiend, but still like it's a no DQ. Yeah. You can't end it. I mean, I I don't think he got seriously hurt, but still, like you're not
I
supposed to end
believe
the match like that.
I believe Rollins hated that match too. I think it was like a documentary. He said something about it on the network or something. It was somewhere I've seen.
One match that I really liked. I mean, I would consider it as a cinematic match. It was WrestleMania 36, right? That was the one with the COVID when they had no fans.
Him and Styles.
Yeah, not the Taker. I mean, yes, it's the same one, but the match I'm talking about was Bray Wyatt versus John Cena. I thought that match was like pretty funny.
Yeah, it was interesting. I never seen something like that before.
Like
the way they did it. Yeah,
I know. Like you get to go into different time periods. Like you get to see John Cena in NWA. I mean NWO. You get John Cena from 2002 with the big SmackDown fist. What else? When they recap from WrestleMania 30, their feud, you get to see them work out in the 80s. It's just something crazy.
Yeah.
Then there was a meme. Okay, so John Cena, he was in the Funhouse, right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah, so he's in the Firefly Funhouse, and he's walking out walks out, and the caption goes like, John Cena says, "Okay, this is the last time I'm doing trips with Jeff Hardy," because like he's teleporting in so many different times.
Wasn't there something in like that match where it was like him in the NWO or something?
Yeah, John Cena was like NWO. He walked out with the like Hulk Hogan, like rocking the belt, doing the too sweet sign.
Do you think he should have ever turned heel or?
I mean, there were times where he should have turned heel, or there were like even times where he was heel, but like he wasn't actually heel.
Yeah, like one of the feuds with, I think it was with The Rock.
Yeah,
he seemed like kind of like a heel.
To be honest, I like the first feud, like the first time when John Cena and The Rock faced each other. But I agree with CM Punk. I don't agree that match should have been the main event because, the main event should be about the title, unless if it's something important. But The Rock versus CM Punk, I mean, The Rock versus John Cena, I mean, it's really important because they never fought before, and they're like big stars from different generations. But, they should have gave CM Punk his main event.
You're right. I guess it was just about the money. I guess like how much, because that was like a blockbuster match.
I know.
So I guess they had to.
And the thing that kind of sucks is that they do a rematch. Not that the rematch was bad, but from what I heard, that the main event of WrestleMania 29 was CM Punk versus John Cena versus The Rock. Oh, really? But then again, they didn't like the idea. So like CM Punk, started feuding with The Undertaker because, CM Punk's idea.
I think Punk should have kept the title. I don't think he should have lost it at the Rumble that year to The Rock. But
I remember when I was younger, like I was a huge Rock fan. Like, I mean, he's The Rock,
Yeah.
Like, you can't go wrong with like now getting, and like when you start like actually like appreciating like these wrestlers, like when you get to look back and look at CM Punk like throughout the years, when you get older, like you get to see his character arc, and you get like, oh shit, he does deserve, the main event. He does deserve, not to lose the title against The Rock.
Mm-hmm. No, but when Rock was the WWE champion in, was it 13? Yeah.
Yeah, 2013.
When I went to that Raw, he was there as the champion.
Oh, you got to see the Raw?
Yeah.
The Rock, I mean? That's pretty dope. I always wanted to see The Rock.
The crowd was going crazy.
For real. I feel like the wrestlers that get big pops are The Rock, if you smell, or Stone Cold's glass breaking, or The Undertaker's thong, or gong, I mean, my bad.
Yep, for real.
I miss my words, I'm sorry. Oh, good God Almighty, I botched.
That's good. That's funny.
Yeah. But one thing I liked, but it was really dark at the time, but it was The Undertaker Mystery of Darkness.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I like The Undertaker that evil, that dark.
Yeah, that was a great time period for Undertaker. I've seen it, but like I wasn't alive then.
Me neither, but like if you go on YouTube and look at The Undertaker during that time period, like he looks like a boss battle. Like
wasn't he like cutting people open and stuff? Or
yeah, like he was like putting people on crosses and all that. Like he was about to like put Stephanie on the cross, and Stone Cold, saves her and all that.
That was a great era of wrestling.
I just wish those. What's that?
Are you more like Attitude Era or Ruthless Aggression?
Oh crap! I mean, I would say the Attitude Era because of the stories, but like of the Attitude Era, I mean the ruthless aggression. I would say the characters or the wrestlers. I mean, because like in the Attitude Era, like everything was going on hell. Like yeah, it's like Mick Foley winning his first title. Like that was crazy. I mean, I know we weren't live, but like the WWF and the WCW, like that was a crazy war. It's kind of like right now with how we used to have the Wednesday Night Wars with NXT and AEW. I mean, that kind of felt like something how like it was with WWE and WCW, but like the cool thing about NXT and AEW is that we were alive and we were actually there experiencing it. And I thought that was pretty cool, like actually being in that.
Yeah, I would have.
I mean, that was historical.
I would have loved to seen the Monday Night Wars like in person.
Channels, like I bet that was a hustle because not a lot of people from that time period, had more than probably like one TV or two TVs.
Yeah.
And like switching channels, like imagine the struggle, like switching channels from Monday Night Raw. What was it? Wednesday or no Monday Night Nitro? There you go.
Yeah, Nitro and Raw is war at that time, I believe. It's crazy.
I don't know if you heard of this, but have you ever heard of WWE 13?
Yeah, I've played that.
Okay, I played it too. So you get to like relive the Attitude Era. And
CM Punk was on that cover.
Yes, he was on the cover.
That was a good game, actually.
It was a good game. I remember buying it from Walmart, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Playing the Attitude Era. Like I thought that was something that, I haven't experienced it. Like not as a gamer, but as a wrestling fan, I thought that was like a blast from the past. But
true.
Anyways, like from that game, I learned a lot about the Attitude Era because not only you got to like witness how the matches were, the story behind WWE versus WCW, but now when I look at it, WCW was actually pretty good when they were like at its peak. Like I mean, you had like Goldberg, like a wrestler like Goldberg, like a beast. He's like Brock Lesnar, but in WCW. Then you had the NWO, a federation. I mean, not a federation, a team stable that we haven't seen before. The Rule Breakers, you could say.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Scott Hall, which is sad.
You're right.
It's crazy that Scott Hall passed away. That's sad.
Yeah, very sad. He's one of the best there is.
I remember reading online where he inspired his gimmick after the movie Scarface.
Yeah, I believe DDP like talked him into that. Something because he said like what was his favorite movie or whatever, and then like oh yeah, and then I know there was like an interview. He said he like told him to like shave and get the stubble on his face and do the car thing that he did.
Then the toothpick, like that was a cool
toothpick
gimmick thing.
Yeah.
Every time when I go to a restaurant, like there's a toothpick, before you leave, I see it differently. Like I put it in my mouth and like I just throw it at, like Scott Hall.
Yeah. But he made being the bad guy cool.
For real. I remember when he was before he went to a WCW with Nashville or Nash Hall. Am I saying his name right?
Kevin Nash.
Yeah, Kevin Nash. My bad. So like they were a team. I think it was the Diesel, and Scott Hall. They were a team. Then after they went to WCW, they were the NWO. So like they were beating up the Macho Man. Then you get to see the Hulk Hogan, the red and blue. I mean red and yellow, and the crowd is going wild. They're like, "Oh my God, Hulk Hogan!" to see the Macho Man. But when Hulk Hogan gets in the ring, he drops a leg drop, and the crowd goes wild. Like, what? What? Then after that, Hulk Hogan gets a mic, and he says that, we're the New World Order. Then I don't know what episode it was. I think it was like, when they were cutting a promo. Like, the fans were hating NWO so badly that somebody threw an egg.
Are you talking about when they, formed? I believe that was that Bash at the Beach.
Yes, that was.
96, right? 95?
Yeah,
I don't know, something like that.
It would be 96.
96. Yeah, Hulk Hogan came out, leg dropped him. It was throwing trash in the ring, dude. That was something like you never seen. The last time I seen that was Matt Cardona at GCW when he won their world title. That was last year. I don't know if you ever seen that. But yeah, talking about Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder was one of my favorites growing up when I was a kid.
I like Zack Ryder, like the Long Island IZ.
Yeah,
what's the song? Woo Woo.
Yeah, Woo Woo Woo. Yeah. He had a great YouTube show. That's how he got himself over.
For real, the internet champion. Like, I thought that was a pretty dope champion. It had the YouTube, the Twitter on the side plates.
Yeah, I created my own out of cardboard and stuff at that time. I was 11 years old.
Okay.
It was awesome.
I mean, I thought, the internet champion was, when he was champion. I don't know if he actually defended it, or I don't know if did he made it for just his channel, or?
Well, he was supposed to defend it at WrestleMania 29 against Ziggler. He didn't want to go along with it. So I remember because he was sending out stickers like ZR versus DZ, and I actually got one that year in the mail because I ordered one.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, it was he was sending them out for free, trying to get WWE to put it at WrestleMania for the internet title. So
that's pretty cool.
Never happened.
If I could recall, the 2000 when he had a tag team partner, I think it was Alex Riley.
Alex Riley, yep.
I feel like Alex Riley was an underrated wrestler.
Yeah, he was good. He was. I don't know what they did with him. He could have been a big star.
Right.
Also, another star under the Miz that I thought was good was Sandow or Mizdow.
Oh, Damien Sandow, yes.
That was a good gimmick right there, the stunt double.
Yeah, I love the stunt double. I remember watching a Raw where I think when he was being beating, I think he was having a match with the Usos when he got slapped. You'll see Damien on the background, being slammed and holding the ropes and something like that.
Yeah, it was underrated. He got. I think he got over, and then they just didn't like it anymore. It's could have been something.
I know. I remember the Royal Rumble. The Miz got eliminated. Then Damien came out next, and he was like, "You know what? It's my turn." So then moments later, he gets eliminated, and he starts winding up like the Miz. And I thought that was a good gimmick.
It really was something I don't think anyone ever did before. It was really comical. It was really funny. So that's what I liked about it.
I remember there was an episode where it was the Hulk Hogan's birthday party or something like that. Then you have Scott Hall, Nashville, X-Pac, backstage. But X-Pac, he hasn't came out yet. But you see a guy that looks like X-Pac. But he looks like X-Pac, but turns out it's Damien Sandow or Mizdow. Then
I remember.
What's that?
I remember Ziggler did a gimmick like that too, where remember he came out and he would do all these entrances and.
Oh, he comes out as Shawn Michaels. I remember.
Yeah, and he would say, "It should have been me" and all that.
Oh, I love the "It should have been me" memes.
Yeah.
There's one about where Alexa Bliss, I don't know if she got married, but there was a picture where she got engaged, and the caption goes at the bottom. It shows a picture of Dolph Ziggler with the mic, and it says, "It should have been me."
Yeah. That's funny.
Right.
Oh. Well, 2 hours, 5 minutes.
Is it really 2 hours and 5 minutes?
Yes.
Wow, like this is probably my third episode of being, a 2 hour episode.
It's crazy.
Wow.
I love talking.
Do you have anywhere to go, or like do you still want to keep going, or what?
Probably a few more minutes. My phone is kind of going dead. It's at 14.
Mine's at 10. I mean, yeah, a few more minutes wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
It'll help us, wrap things up.
Yeah. You got any more questions, or?
I mean, I guess it's just a personal one. Who is your childhood wrestler? Like, what's one wrestler that, is your favorite wrestler, you could say?
John Cena, CM Punk. Pretty much them two.
And this is a follow-up question to that. If you could have any match with any wrestler, if it could be a past or present, from different federation or different time period, which wrestler would it be and why?
Like professional?
Yes.
Probably Rey Mysterio.
I don't mind being 619 by him. I mean, it looks fun.
About the same size. And
one match I would like to have, if it could be possible, even in a life simulator match, if that's even a real thing, where you get to, actually, be there and have a match with him, is Neville, or as everybody knows him as
Neville. Yeah.
His AEW name, I forgot what it's called. It's
Pac.
Yeah, Pac.
There you go. Pac, whatever, however you say it.
The way he does the red arrow, like, I always get lost when he does it. I know it's simple, but I just love, thinking of how he does it. Like, how did you do that? Like, it's just a cool move that you can't explain it to your friends until you show it. It's just a cool wrestling move that, it's like a cool move to see that you'll be speechless every time you see it.
For sure. I don't know. It'd take a lot of practice to do that.
I mean, I know a trampoline would help because,
trampoline,
you get to jump. I mean, with the trampoline, I learned how to do the Jeff Hardy Whisper in the Wind.
Okay, Whisper in the Wind.
Because that's when you run, then you jump, then you turn around, then you do like a swanton bomb kind of.
Yeah.
But doing how do you think? I mean, I don't know if you have a trampoline at your place or whatnot, but
I don't.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you think you could ever pull off a 450?
I don't know.
Let's see.
Oh, you want me to try it in the ring?
I mean, I don't know about the ring because you can't have a lot of bounce, but on a trampoline, it's a good way to practice because you get to learn how to flip and all that.
I'll try it if I'm around a trampoline ever again. I'll try it.
Right.
Yeah.
No, well, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say this has been a great episode. I just want to say thank you, Atomic Titan, for being in Beyond the Yard. I know we were scheduled to have you, months ago, but I'm just glad you're a part of this episode.
Yeah, I can't wait till this is up. People will see it.
Oh, it's just the past. I mean, right now, let me look at the date. It's the 21st.
Yeah.
So on Wednesday, the 23rd, we'll have our episode with Xavier from WCEF uploaded.
Okay.
So you do want to check this out, but it's crazy because this episode is going to be uploaded a week after. So if you listen to this right now on the day that it got uploaded, it will be uploaded on Wednesday, the 30th. So you do not want to miss the future content of Beyond the Yard.
Can I say something?
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Viewers.
Any words that you want to say?
Thanks everyone for watching TBW and supporting me. And if this is, you say on the 30th, right? This is uploaded.
Yes.
Okay, so April 3rd is our first event of the season. No return. If y'all would want to tune into that. But like I said earlier, don't be afraid to grab a camera, go out with your friends, and do something you love and record backyard wrestling. It'll, because it means a lot to me, and I'm sure it would to you if you're interested. So don't be scared, don't be afraid, and just go have fun. That's all I got to say. Thank you, guys.
I just want to say before we head out, I just love what you just said right now, where just pick up a camera, group up your friends, and just start recording. It doesn't even have to be about wrestling. It could be about just,
anything.
You having fun, because later down in the road, me and Tom McTitan, we're gonna be like old. We're gonna be in our 30s or 40s, but like we could look back to ACW and TBW and be like, wow, we did this when we were younger, and that's just something cool to have, especially documented. Like especially every time we make episodes, we document that.
For sure. But want to thank you for letting me be on here.
Yeah, I'm just glad to be. Thank you.
Had a great conversation, and anytime you want to come back to TBW, let me know.
Sounds good. The forbidden doors is open, I guess.
Definitely, for sure. And anybody else that's watching this, if they want to come, they can as well.
You heard that, folks. If you want to be in TBW, just let TBW know, and depends if you can travel or not, they'll make it happen. So I just want to say, Tom McTitan, thank you for being Beyond the Yard. I'm glad you were a part of this episode. I'm pretty sure everybody will love this episode. Don't forget to check out TBW. I think their first episode or the first show back will be on the 30th. So the same episode that this episode is up. And don't forget to check out Beyond the Yard. You do not want to miss the future episodes. The link will be down in the description for TBW, ACW, Beyond the Yard. And is that it, Atomic Titan?
Hey, I got one more thing to say. I'm the best.
Alrighty?
I had to put that in there.
Okay, I guess he's the best. Trademark. But is he? That's a real question. That's where you, the backyard wrestling community, decide.
Yeah, you guys.
But, none of this would have happened without the fans. So, thank you to the entire community for being, supportive.
Thank you.
Being every step of the way. All right, Tom McTitan, thank you for being in this episode. See you in the future, hopefully.
Yep.
Have a kick-ass season, and hopefully in the future you could, I don't know if you guys, tape, your first show yet, but it would be nice to, sponsor this episode.
Yeah, I was just meaning the first, pay-per-view is no return.
Sounds good.
All right.
Now, well, you have a good night. Yeah, because it's
8:48
right now. So you have a good night. Thank you, Beyond the... I can't talk. I talked for 2 hours. I can't believe this is 2 hours. So thank you, Beyond the Yard listeners, for listening to this conversation. I really enjoyed listening to what the Tommy Titan had to say, what the stories he said. I'm sure everybody will enjoy. Keep listening. Keep watching. Thank you, everybody. Stay safe. Keep enjoying the backyard content, because, we're not stopping until the time is up. Even when the time is up, we're not stopping. And I just want to say, bro, you have a good one. Take it easy.
You as well.
And I'll see you down in the road.
All right, see you.
This is Derrick Destroyer signing off.